June 6, 2025, morning and afternoon. ICE carried out major immigration raids in downtown LA's Fashion District, a clothing wholesaler and a Home Depot. Over 100 people were arrested. Federal agents used stun grenades. LAPD declared a tactical alert and later ordered the area cleared using less lethal munitions. Evening, hundreds of protesters gathered at the Metropolitan Detention Center. LAPD ordered them to disperse, citing violent individuals throwing concrete. Some confrontations occurred in Compton, June 7, 2025, early afternoon. Protests spread to Paramount. Demonstrators blocked streets with shopping carts and recycling bins. Federal agents used flashbangs and pepper balls. At least 2 people injured. A car briefly caught fire before being extinguished. Around 2:30 p.m., LAPD issued a dispersal order in Paramount and used tear gas from deputies. Late evening, in response to the unrest, the White House authorized 2,000 National Guard troops under Title 10. Marking the first time the Guard was deployed in California without a governor's request since 1965, June 8, 2025. Morning, approximately 300 members of the 79th Infantry Brigade began arriving in Los Angeles afternoon. National Guard troops plus LAPD blocked key sites: the Edward R. Roybal Federal Building and the 101 freeway near Alameda Street. Tear gas and less lethal rounds were used to disperse groups, especially on freeway protests. Late afternoon to evening, clashes intensified. Reports of vehicles and cars set on fire, Molotovs thrown at deputies, and arrests in both downtown and Paramount. Federal officials emphasized the need to protect federal property, while state leaders called the move inflammatory and unnecessary. appnews.com, cause or effect. What triggered what? 1. Protests preceded Guard deployment. The National Guard deployment occurred after 2 full days of escalating protests and confrontations with federal agents, battling demonstrators using flashbangs, tear gas, and with incidents in Paramount notably intensifying on June 7. Legal deployment of 2,000 troops under Title 10 and public remarks by federal officials directly followed those confrontations. 2. Deployment fueled further protests. Critics, including Governor Newsom, Mayor Bass, and Rep. warned National Guard presence would escalate unrest after troops arrived. Protests intensified. Tear gas was used more broadly, vehicles were set ablaze, and illegal assemblies were declared by police, large-scale freeway blockages, and more. Aggressive tactics emerged as Guard forces became involved. Conclusion timeline confirms. The protests spurred by ICE raids came first. National Guard followed in response. The deployment then magnified tensions, with more intense protests, broader use of force, and increased political backlash. Leaders argue it escalated rather than calmed the situation. Bottom line, protests triggered the Guard's presence. But the introduction of troops appears to have worsened tensions rather than pacifying them.